There it is. Okay, great. Today, I will be teaching you actually two things. How to use a really big knife and how to use one of these. Honestly, I don't really know what to call this, but I would like to classify this weapon. Well, it's not really a weapon per se. I would like to call it junk. Mainly because this thing is useful in gardening, and you can use it to defend yourself. Don't get me wrong, but let me just... There it is. You can use it to defend yourself in most situations, but then again, in some situations where there's more than 3 or 4 zombies, you're not going to be able to defend yourself just using this. And when you're moving it, see how loud that is? Because the things, or the ninja stars, are way too close together, so they do... Yeah. That is a major damn problem. So this, I'm going to call a junk weapon. You can still use it. It's still very, very effective if you know how to use it, because it does have a 2-sided attack point, which means you can do something such as this. See, there's a guy over here, hit him like that, and then hit him like that. I don't need to do any of the fancy tricks that I do mostly, because this thing can't really be used as a fancy trick, and my cat is begging to be let outside. Give me a second. Meow. Come on. As you can see, I have woken up at the crack of dawn. Oh well, the Canadian crack of dawn. To essentially record this. Anyway. Yeah, my cat is somehow still awake, even though she's the most tired of us. Like that thing is 2 seconds away from just passing out and going back to sleep. She's still adorable, though. Anyway, this thing, it has one very useful feature with it. These. Because these are the only part that really matter. Unless you're looking for something like a shaft that's big enough that you cut it down. So, basically, the reason why I like to call this a junk weapon is because it gives you two things. It gives you 6 sets of blades. Very effective blades that can be sharpened and can be thrown. So, if you disassemble it, break it off, and do any sort of stuff, then these can turn into ninja stars, which are silent, effective weapons. If you want to use it as it is, then you don't really have much to go off of, except for maybe the back hit. Because this thing's got a hole. It's an extra layer of protection, I should say. Anyway, basically, the only real stuff that I think could really be effective with this thing is if you do this and then remove the foregrip. So you can give them just a punch. And that's gotta fucking hurt. Just the main drawback, that a slight movement with this thing creates a shit ton of noise. And can you guess what noise creates? Zombies, of course. So it would be very, very useless, or very useful, if it didn't have this constant jingle. Even without the constant jingle, you can kind of disassemble it and use it for 3 things now that I'm thinking about it. These, screws, and ninja stars. Except it would be quite annoying. Hello, Bailey. Hello, tiny child. Would you like Snuggles? She would absolutely love Snuggles if she would never admit it. Anyway. So yeah, let's just say this thing is very, very useful and useless at the exact same time. Anyway. This is only the first weapon that I'll be showing you. And the reason why I'm showing you 2 weapons is because I want to show you what a junk weapon is. I've already told you what a junk weapon is. A junk weapon is, if you need to use it, you can use it in a tight spot. yet it's not that effective, and it would be much easier just to disassemble it and turn into other weapons. Like, these stores could be very useful either on their own or melted down into a bigger blade, then together creating a jingle. The other weapon that I want to show you guys, Gone Trails. Basically, the reason why I think Gone Trails are an extremely effective tool is mainly for the stabbing reach. With mainly all my weapons, I like to have, like, a reach. Let me just flip this really quickly. I like to have a reach where I can kind of just, like, get at them and they can't get me back. So, like this, or like that. And these are also very effective from, well, the actual hedging part of it. How should I put this? It's essentially a much bigger knife that's a lot more effective, and you can kind of poke from distance, and then you can chop from distance as well. So if there's a heavily armored foe, or a human in, I don't know, fucking power armor or something, you can either choose to tap them at their weak points, or try and get them like that, cutting off arms, limbs, and if you're really fucking desperate, just go for the goddamn legs. So the main draw of this weapon is also its massive blades, just like this one. This one is kind of junk because it still makes that jingle, but the blades are its main draw. This one does not make the jingle and is still the blades or the main draw. So, ow, fuck. Basically, if you were a zombie right now, and I had this, it would be very easy to do. And just ever so slightly bump. And boom. You cut. You slashed. Anyway you slice it or dice it, this thing's just effective. And it also has that chopping motion to it. So if you can really sharpen this thing a lot and get a good angle on a zombie, you can very, very effective. There's the Canadian song. Anyway, you can very effectively kill a decent amount of zombies with this. I'm not going to say that you can kill a shit ton of zombies, because you still need to aim for the brain and the head specifically. But if you just cripple them by getting their arms or their neck, for Christ's sakes, then I think you would be pretty damn okay. My nose fucking hates me today. So basically, stab for the neck, do that for the arms, that for the legs, and then if you really want to get fancy, do this, chop off your little head. It's a pretty simple weapon. There's not a lot you can do. Not a lot in style, I should say. So yeah, that was 2 weapons showcase on why you would survive until the zombie apocalypse. I think there was a bee. Anyway, I believe my cat is going to try and make the great escape of 2025. Because that is when I'm recording this. Because she is trying to jump that fucking fence. Give me a minute, lads. I guess. Goodbye. And real quickly, I'm, see my cat. Get back here, kitty. Absorb the cuteness. Okay. Gotcha.